Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Let's get live on a Saturday night. It'll be the Chicago Bulls facing off against the Philadelphia 76ers. And that'll do it from the studio. Let's get you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports broadcast crew at the arena. I'll see you back here at halftime.
Look at the towering 27-foot statue of William Penn against the skyline of Philadelphia. It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. And as we take a look here at Derrick Rose, guys, what's your take?
You know, nobody responds to end-of-game pressure like this guy. That's what comes to mind immediately for me. He's hit some monumental shots in his career. Some guys just embrace the moment at the end of the game. That's him.
And another thing that stands out about him, Steve, he has the ability to score even with defenders draped all over him. He's so strong around the goal.
Well, guys, for the Philadelphia 76ers, they come in off the loss to the Wizards. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, and given how they performed offensively that day, guys, they really had no chance.
Yeah, and the frustration just mounted. You could see it as they continued to come up empty. And by the end, they were really just happy to get out of there and have the game be over.
There's Noel. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Now, the numbers last year for them at the line, not great. Just 73% free throw shooting as a team.
And that just has to improve, guys. I mean, the free throw shooting is something that has to get better. You're immediately putting yourself at a disadvantage when you shoot that poorly from the line.
And he can't get the first one.
Boy, 76ers had a season they'd like to soon forget. But the one thing they were able to do last year was win at home. Good thing, too, given how unforgiving Philadelphia fans can be. No tougher sports fans in all of sports than Philadelphia.
No good on the second free throw. And back to the 76ers at home. Never a good idea to be under 500 at home in a city that has booed Santa Claus before. Steve, luckily they were able to avoid that, going 23-18 here last season.
Well, maybe Santa Claus had a bad year that year, Kevin. I don't know. But look, I mean, if you're stinking it up in front of Philly fans, they're going to let you know. I mean, they're going to boo you. They're brutally honest. On the flip side, though, when you play well, they're going to back you.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Richardson, the finger roll finish at the bucket.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
I'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, and he said he wants his guys getting to the rim and playing really going pedal to the metal. He said we want to put our athleticism to use and just have fun out there. Kevin, look for them to attack the lane and try to get a whole lot of points in the paint. Back to you.
Always great to hear from you, Doris.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
The Bulls shooting their first foul shots of the night here. And he makes the first.
Well, I tell you what, you consider all the injuries the Bulls had last year, and you look at the 34-18 mark against the Eastern Conference, and it's absolutely remarkable considering what they had to go through personnel-wise.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And back to the Bulls in the East. It wasn't just one guy who stepped in the shoes of Rose or the departed Asha. Really, it was a group effort.
You know, you looked at the roster last year, you kind of scratch your head and you go, how is this team going to get to the second round without Derrick Rose? But they did it with a group of role players, with a front line that was tough and nasty and rebounded well, and with great coaching, too.
Here's Butler after the made shot from Evan Turner. Butler with the ball, now guarded by Richardson. one against Boozer. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist from Carlos Boozer.
He's got so much junk in his trunk, he'll find a way to hurt you. You know, Boozer had his name floated around at the trade deadline last season, guys. There were a number of teams that were very interested in having his physicality and scoring ability down low.
Now here's Carter Williams. 5 to shoot. Richardson sinks the three-pointer. Richardson's got 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
And you wonder why Boozer's name would be floated in trade rumors. I mean, one of the top rebounding power forwards in the game can score inside and outside.
Well, I think, Kevin, teams are becoming more and more cap conscious with the new collective bargaining agreement. Boozer is a very highly paid player, so even though he's productive, I think some people are going to look at that contract and maybe shy away from it.
The rebound by Noah. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to New York.
They found themselves up against a hot team that night, Kevin, and they just didn't have the manpower defensively to shut them down.
You know, guys, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed us. They never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Now here's Turner after the miss from Butler, and it's Turner off the drive.
You know, last year nobody was quite sure of the role Evan Turner would have, but as the season went on, he played his way into the rotation by earning the trust of his coach. I thought he made some good strides in his game.
It's his first trip to the line.
He hit his foul shots at about a 74% clip last season.
And the first one drops. That one is no good. Bulls trail by 3. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And down it goes, jamming that one home. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
Now here's Rose, coming off 31 points last game. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. And Turner, the number 2 overall pick back in 2010. Clark had seemed NBA stardom awaited, but so far, it just hasn't worked that way.
It's still on the horizon for him. You got to remember now, he's only in his 4th year. He's a terrific ball handler, rebounder, 6'7", can play the point forward position for you. The Sixers traded away Iguodala and handed him the reins, and I think sometimes you can do that prematurely. And it'll be interesting to see how Evan steps into that higher expectation role now.
Good.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
The 76ers leading by 5. And here is Carter Williams. Stolen by Rose. By himself. And slam dunk by Butler.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
And so here is Philadelphia after the Bulls pick up 2. And Turner kicks to Richardson. A second chance effort. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. 8th in rebounding, 8th in assists. And they were top 10 in free throw percentage. That's always helpful in winning games.
Man, what stands out to me, Clark, with what you just talked about is the rebounds, because this is a very physical team. They like to try to bully their opponent at both ends of the floor. On the defensive glass, they were excellent. And then offensively, on missed shots, they really got after it and tried to get second chance points.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
You know, in one of the more compelling postseason stories, the question about when the Bulls would bring Derrick Rose back just continued to hover around the playoffs. Ultimately, just never happened.
Dang dishes to Rose. Kicks to Noah. He's against Hawes. The jump hook. And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Noah's got his first points of the game. And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Well, back to the Bulls, and even without Rose, I think the team made a big statement, Steve, with how they played in the postseason. They showed that they weren't just a one-man show with Rose running things, and have a solid core and system that will always compete.
Well, it's the second straight year that the Bulls have essentially been without Rose in their playoff run due to injury. And so I think Chicago fans are kind of wondering what exactly the roof is for this team, the ceiling, if you will. Let's hope that Rose stays healthy this year, so we'll find out.
Here's Carter Williams after the made shot from Joakim Noah. Richardson for three. Gets it to go. Richardson's got 8 points.
Not a really great start for him as he just isn't shooting the ball that effectively here early on.
Rose passes to Gibson. Rose kicks to Dang. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
And the Bulls making a change here. The 76ers leading by 6. Young sets a screen for Carter Williams. Dishes it to Anderson. Offline with his 3.
Tell you what, it's hard to argue with the record for Coach Tom Thibodeau of the Bulls, but the rumor mill has it that the front office hasn't been happy with how hard he's ridden his top players. Luol Deng missed time last season with the hamstring injury. Joakim Noah came down with plantar fasciitis. Hey, those things happen, and I'm not quite sure you can put that at the feet of Tom Thibodeau.
Royce White's checked in for the 76ers. Rose against Turner. Outside Butler. Shot clock at 5. Now the pass to Deng. Fades. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And going back to Tom Thibodeau and that minutes load on his stars, it seems it's getting harder for players to weather big minutes, Steve, these days.
I think it's going to be really interesting going forward to see this Bulls team this year and beyond. Will that wear them down? Their guys play too many minutes. They have a lot of injuries. I think it's time to scale back a little bit on the minutes played.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
Rose with the ball. Back to Deng. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
Steve, they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, it's impressive, too. Clark's already gotten them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Turner against Rose. Fires at the elbow. Nice jump shot. Good. Rose has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Boy, he can be a matchup nightmare inside the paint.
And Turner kicks to Hawes. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And Young, here we go. Can't hit from in close. Bulls trail by 8. Outside Butler. Butler off a pick from Muhammad. Butler dishes to Muhammad. That's short off the rim. Philadelphia leading by 8. Anderson outside. Pass to Young. Back to Anderson. From outside, off the mark.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Rose attacking Deng. Back to Rose. Low block shot on the way. That's good. Rose has got 8 points. And Philadelphia calls time here. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season.
This game kicks off what should be an interesting season series between these clubs. And, of course, they'll see each other 4 times this year.
Chicago making some changes. Murphy's checked in. That's Dunleavy in for Luol Deng. 1:37 left to play in the first quarter. Well, as Steve was saying, Clark, you know, they're in the same conference. There's going to be a lot of familiarity there. And who knows, after that, they may see each other in the playoffs, too, if all goes right for them.
Well, that's certainly a possibility, Kevin, but we've got a long way to go before that scenario comes to pass.
That's right. Shot clock at 2. It's stolen by Heinrich. He dishes it to T. Turner with the steal. He kicks it to White. Feeds it to Anderson. Pass to Turner. Back to Anderson. The dish now to Turner. Pass to Anderson. 5 on the clock. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Anderson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Outside T. Turner comes with the double team. And there's the foul. It goes on Evan Turner. That is his first foul of the game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
They're losing their concentration here, guys. Some sloppy play going on right now.
Yep, 2 turnovers in a row for them. That's a recipe for disaster.
Anderson outside. Moultrie setting the pick for Turner. Oh, trying for it. 6 on the shot clock. And now in transition is Heinrich. Here we go. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Heinrich. Chicago making a switch here. And both free throws good from Heinrich. 16 seconds left to play here in the first. And White kicks to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Moultrie. White a screen on Teague. No good with the layup.
Yeah, no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent.
The NBA season gains momentum. LeBron James and the Miami Heat take on Rudy Gay and the Toronto Raptors next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low. I think it's fair to say that the top of the Eastern Conference has been getting tougher over the last few seasons. Unfortunately for the Sixers, they've headed the other direction. They've been going south, and part of why they were on the outside of the playoffs looking in.
Arnett Moultrie is out there with Kwame Brown. Then it's Royce White. Then it's Evan Turner. And it's Anderson in at the shooting guard position. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. And back to what you were saying, Clark, about Philadelphia going through a lot of roster changes last year. You're right, in a season where a lot of other teams in the East put it all together. Steve, bad timing for Philadelphia.
Yeah, bad timing. Roster changes and injuries, of course. I mean, the big trade for Bynum looked like it was going to be something that could help them get to the top of the East, but Bynum never played a single game for them. And so it's understandable why Philadelphia struggled. You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
There's no doubting, guys, that point guard Derrick Rose is the toast of his hometown of Chicago. But Rose has never been the type to court that kind of attention, preferring to keep his head down. He said, quote, "My whole life, I was always the one everyone was talking about. I've never really wanted the attention, but it And the better I play, the more attention I get. But I hate attention. It's weird. I'm in a bind. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Well, there's a new ownership group in Philadelphia as of 2011, and in this offseason, they pulled the trigger and brought in new leadership in the front office. Looks like they're jumping on the analytics bandwagon, hiring the former brain trust of the Houston Rockets.
Chicago making a switch here. Boozer's checked in. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And Heinrich gets it to go. Heinrich's got 5 points now this quarter. And back to the Sixers. I guess for the Wall Street ownership group, going mathematical is something they were, stay pretty comfortable with.
Well, it's something that a lot of teams are going to now, Kevin. The new owners, a lot of them businessmen, they want to turn to math to try to figure this whole thing out. Bottom line, though, is it's a combination. It's not just stats. It's talent, stats, chemistry, coaching, a lot of things that goes into winning.
T, defended by Allen. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Well, let's take a look at where Philadelphia ended up rank-wise in the league last year. Second in fewest turnovers per game. 11th in assists. And they were in the top half of the league shooting the ball from deep. Average to pedestrian, but still fairly effective from there.
Very well-coached team, Clark. I mean, you look at the numbers, and you talked about the few turnovers. Top 5 in the league, in fact, in fewest mistakes. So this is a well-disciplined, well-coached team. And when they're on their game, they're just one of those teams you hate to play against because they don't give you anything easy.
What was supposed to be a fresh start for Jason Richardson last year never really came to fruition, guys. I mean, not very far into the year, he had a bad injury to his left knee and had to close things down for the season.
That's his first personal foul.
And for Richardson, surgery last season to repair a cartilage tear in his left knee when he played for Philadelphia.
Well, in his prime, he was one of the most explosive leapers in the NBA. Former dunk contest champion. He began to lean on his three-point shooting as his career went on. And a very productive player over the years.
Moultrie, he's covered by Boozer. Teague against Turner. Teague, the pass to Noah. Snell. He passes it to Teague. Shot clock at 6. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Anderson kicks to Turner. Backing him down. Fades away and sinks the tough shot. Turner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Now, if you can't get around your defender, sometimes the best way to get a shot off is to go to that fadeaway.
T kicks to Heinrich. And Moultrie comes to help. Boozer dishes to Heinrich.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Richardson kicks to Turner. Noel sets a screen for Turner. Lets the 3 fly. And the 76ers get it back. And it's Noel missing.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Heinrich off a pick from Noah. Top of the key. Buries the jump shot. Heinrich's got 9.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
The feed to Moultrie. Kicks to Turner. Dishes it to Anderson. On the wing, Jason Richardson. Good on the triple. 11 points in the game.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Back to Heinrich. Noah with the screen on Anderson. Three-pointer, Heinrich. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Now here's Turner. He's got 15. He feeds it to Richardson. And there's the pass to Moultrie. Fade away. The shot is off. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Outside Teague. Right side Teague. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Guys, how about the Bulls being able to nab the 5th seed in the East last season, in large part due to how they were able to play on the road. Of course, when you play tough, solid defense like they do, it makes it easier to be competitive and string together road wins.
Free throw good, Teague. And for the Bulls, defense is one of the few things in the NBA that can neutralize a home court advantage. And Steve, a big part of why they had the success they had on the road.
Yeah, they went 21-20 away from the United Center, and one of only 5 teams in the entire East who managed to stay above 500 away from home. That's a real tribute to this team and the coaching staff.
People have talked about the defensive renaissance in Chicago as a big part of their turnaround, and that's accurate. Thibs has done wonders for this team defensively, but another aspect is that they've had one of the deepest benches in the league the past few years, too.
Bulls trail by 5. Heinrich outside. Passes it to Day. Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Go back to what you said, Clark, about Chicago. It is a credit to them that they've been able to constantly add or draft talent that is ready to step in for them. And Steve contribute off the bench.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You think about Taj Gibson, a late first-round pick. Jimmy Butler last year really emerged as one of the best young players in the league. Great story. So terrific job by the Bulls front office in figuring out which player to take later in the first round.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those balls.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Kirk Heinrich. That free throw good from Allen.
Nerlens Noel, one of those players that has become so valuable in the NBA. A mobile defender who can get out to the perimeter, guard smaller players, but still with the ability to block shots in the paint.
Here's Rose. Rejected by Carter Williams. He dishes it to Richardson. Feeds to Carter Williams. And that basket was going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Carlos Boozer. Bulls trail by 10. Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, he's trying to take the wind out of their sails here. I mean, they're on the wrong end of a bad run. They got to sort things out.
I think things were very close to spiraling out of control if he didn't burn one there.
Now Noah. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York. Gibson passes to Rhodes. Into Noah. Will it go? Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Moment to see how the schedule is looking for Philadelphia. Following this one, they get to host the Warriors. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them.
A lot of good games going on today, guys. And tell you one, the one that has my eye is the Golden State matchup.
Allen with the screen for Carter Williams. He kicks to Richardson. Richardson off a pick from Noel. Richardson dishes to Noel. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Turner off the drive. Dang grabs the miss.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them. It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Richardson kicks to Allen. Back to Richardson. The 3. And that one's good. Richardson's got 6 here in this quarter.
Boy, he's draining shots from long range, 2 in each of the first 2 quarters.
Butler sets a screen for Rose. Dang passes to Noah. And that one's drained from the low block. The 76ers leading by 9. Richardson off a pick from Allen. And Noel kicks to Carter Williams. Kicks it out to Allen. Pass to Richardson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, last season it seemed there was a little back and forth between head coach Tom Thibodeau and the Bulls front office regarding the big minutes he gave his starters. Thibodeau said, quote, "It's never the right amount of minutes. That's the only thing I know. If a guy's not playing big minutes, it's not enough minutes. Then if a guy's playing big minutes, it's too many minutes. So you play to win. That's the whole thing. And when you're a young team, guys can handle minutes." But guys, both Dang and Noah missed significant time. Noah only playing 66 games in the regular season. Dang out through the last 7 games of the playoffs. You wonder if maybe they have a point.
They've worked to round out the roster. That should help those minutes stay down. Here's Rose. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. Carter Williams has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
A nice shot by Anderson.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
Rose with the ball. Now defended by Carter Williams. 6 to shoot. Back to Rose. To end the run. And Carlos Boozer gets the whistle that time. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Thaddeus Young. He's checked in for Evan Turner.
Thaddeus Young.
.106 left to play here in the 2nd quarter. Now here's Carter Williams. He's covered by Rose. Young outside. The dish to Carter Williams. Clock at 6. A 3 from Anderson. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
They're playing with a purpose, guys. The big lead becoming bigger. I like the look in their eyes.
And it's on both ends that they've been controlling the action.
Pass to Dang. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Dang's got 4 points this quarter. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dang against Young. He passes to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Young. From deep. The shot will not go. Heaves it up. No good. And through 1/2, it hasn't even been close. 76ers ahead. They lead by 18. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
With a few games of the new season already under our belt, we're back in the NBA groove. This is 2K Sports. Out in the city of brotherly love, the 76ers with the lead against Chicago. And if you like scoring, you love their first half of basketball. They're putting up points, doing it rapidly, in a variety of ways. It's hard to slow them down. Jason Richardson has been clicking through the first 2. He's got 17 points, and as usual, he's been effective from distance. A lot of threes so far. On the other side, the Bulls haven't been terrific. They may have underestimated their opposition. Their effort has been lackluster. A nice start for Derrick Rose. He's got 8 points, and he's been able to provide some nice assists as well. And now, let's check out the other games still going on. Houston has the lead against the Jazz at Energy Solutions Arena, about midway through the 3rd out there. And another game going on, a tight one for the Bucks, squaring off against the Toronto Raptors. They're behind by 4 points in the 3rd quarter. And now, a look at the other NBA action. The Sacramento Kings currently trailing the Warriors out in Oakland. Second half of basketball just getting started for them. And that does it for us here in the studio. Thanks so much for joining me. And now, back out to Kevin and the gang.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go, having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And Steve and Clark and I are refreshed and ready to go here as well. What a game we're seeing from Richardson.
I know we've said this many times before, but I'll say it again. He had a great first half, just an explosive offensive display there.
At the end of the day, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had. He can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
So for Chicago right now, on the wings, Butler and Dang. Up front, Boozer and Noah. And it's Rose in at the point guard position.
You know, to me, one reason why Carlos Boozer is such a valuable scorer is that he can hurt you in a multitude of ways inside. He can hit the rainbow jumper of his, and when he's back to the basket, can go over both shoulders very well.
Boozer hits them both. And for Boozer, you remember the story. Growing up in Alaska, his dad tied his right hand to his waist so he'd have to develop his left, and that was something that he worked on even more when he went to Duke.
Well, yeah, his left hand is fantastic. I mean, that's his preferred hand when he's finishing around the rim. A right-handed jump shooter, but anything around the basket is usually his left. So he probably owes his dad a debt of gratitude for tying him up all the time.
That's one way to put it. And it's Rose penetrating. The feed to Boozer. Dishes to Butler. Kicks it to Noah. Outside Dang. Puts it up. And it's good. With time running down on the shot clock. Dang's got 6. The 76ers leading by 16. It's stolen by Rose. Leads him in there. Noah dishes to Dang. And Turner with the block. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And here's what the Chicago Bulls schedule is looking like. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Carter Williams, the pass to Richardson. And stolen by Butler. And here we go, the Bulls fast break. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Butler on the way. Back to Rose. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Dang kicks to Rose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Rose has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Turner. And the 3-ball is good. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Yeah, guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Chicago calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Turner.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Outside Rose. The pass to Boozer. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. That's 7 points for Carlos Boozer. The 76ers leading by 13. Carter Williams kicks to Allen. Turner, he's covered by Dang. Allen, a screen on Dang. Back to Allen. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Allen's got his third basket of the night.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
He feeds it to Dang. The kick outside to Butler. Passes it to Noah. 6 to shoot. Dang goes in. The fader. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
Here's Carter Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Carter Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting, 80%. They got their offense clicking.
He dishes it to Dang. Goes back up, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Well, this guy has a huge bag of tricks that he can dip into on the low block. He's really mastered an array of complicated moves.
And that makes him a splendid, supreme scoring threat in the post. I mean, he baits the hook, and the defenders almost always are biting. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
That's good from Boozer. And the Bulls making a change here. Boozer hits them both.
Some great free throw shooting so far in this second half.
I think they should keep trying to initiate contact and get back to the line until they start missing from there. But as it is, they're perfect so far, so keep it up.
Richardson kicks to Turner, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Turner's got 7 points here in this quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
Outside Rose. Back to Boozer. Young's there. Tries from 7. Off the left rim and out.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Well, the score has a lot to do with that, Clark. Just based on that, you'd think the rebounding gap would be huge.
Butler dishes to Boozer. Rose. Boozer with the screen for Rose. Back to Boozer. Feeds to Rose. Rose off the pick from Boozer. Rose passes to Boozer. He kicks it to Rose. Drops one in from the wing. Rose has got 14. The 76ers leading by 15. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Young, a screen on Butler. Richardson dishes to Hawks. Turner. Young outside. 6 on the shot clock. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. 13 feet away. Derrick Rose grabs the miss. Rose has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the layup falls. He's got 16.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
The 76ers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Carter Williams kicks to Young. Pass to Carter Williams. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Turner with it. He's picked up by Dang. Young for 3. Rebound by the Bulls. Rose has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Butler with the ball. Now guarded by Richardson. Rose goes in. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That one on Turner.
You know, with Derrick Rose out, a lot of people thought the Bulls would flounder last season, guys, but they were still one of the tougher teams in all of the East, in part because the culture of toughness and next man up has been instilled in that group from its coaching staff, starting with Tom Thibodeau. I don't think this takes away anything from how great Rose is, but I think it certainly speaks to how bought in and committed to the team that every man on that roster is.
Nazi Muhammad's checked in for Chicago. Dunleavy comes in for Luol Deng. And Rose drops them both. Well, back to the Chicago Bulls team, you got to give a lot of credit to the culture of defense and effort that Coach Tom Thibodeau has created there, Steve.
Well, they weathered Rose's absence remarkably well. advancing in the playoffs, giving Miami all it could handle. And you wonder, with the healthy Rose now and all these other players having developed, is Chicago a championship caliber team? I think they are. I agree. And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Chicago calls timeout.
Looks like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
And the 76ers making a change here. Carter Williams is checked in. Bulls trail by 13. Rose kicks to Butler. Back to Rose. Here's the dish to Butler. Pass to Rose. That is good.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of flow.
Here's Carter Williams. Outside, White. There's the feed to Young. Defended by Dunleavy. The jump hook. The shot is off. Great D that time.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
And it's Rose penetrating. That doesn't go either for Rose.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And here is Carter Williams. Dishes it to White. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Muhammad pulls it in. Muhammad's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Dunleavy for 3. Gets it to go. Dunleavy's got his second bucket of the night.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Brown sets a screen for Carter Williams. Some solid defense from Rose.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And they get it back. Offensive rebound. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. The 76ers leading by 8. Carter Williams with it. He passes to Young. Kicks it to Carter Williams. Back to Young. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Rose off the pick from Muhammad. Rose passes to Muhammad. Can't cash in from close range. The 76ers have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half up to this point, going 7 of 14. Richardson dishes to White. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Young, right side, rejected by Muhammad. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Let's check out the stat sheet here on Thaddeus Young. Solid numbers last season. 10th in steals. And he was also a top 20 shooter from the field. So really a nice all-around offensive year for him.
And Steve, I don't think you can overstate his steal numbers. I mean, they're way up there. And it's a credit to his concentration and his quickness and his aggressiveness.
And that one's good. 22 points for Derrick Rose.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself.
Outside, White. Back to Richardson. Shoots. Rebound by the Bulls. 30 seconds left to play here in the third. Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. That one off the back iron and out. Richardson kicks to Young. Carter Williams. Back to Young. Looking to end the drought. Rebound by Butler. Butler's got his third rebound on the night. The pass to Rose. Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's just a 4-point 76ers lead. The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers lead by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports.
Friday, November 8th, Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. It's an Eastern Conference duel. You don't want to miss it.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And they're attacking the gaps in the defense with their quick, aggressive drives into the paint area.
Carter Williams and Jay Rich in the backcourt. Lavoy Allen out there with Spencer Hawes. And it's Turner in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Now you can tell what the crowd thinks about that call.
Yeah, they erupted as soon as the whistle blew.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. He feeds it to Allen. Passes to Turner. He dishes it to Richardson. Makes the lead pass. And Boozer with the block. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Turner with a screen on Noah. Shot's good from Hawes.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Boozer with the screen for Heinrich. Back to Boozer. Outside Butler. Feeds it to Heinrich. Oh, good with the triple.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
Well, you don't see him miss that shot very often. When he's open like that, it's usually lights out.
He kicks to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Allen. Shot clock at 6. Here's Richardson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Now it's a 6-point 76ers lead. Well, the Bulls shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Heinrich up top. Richardson covering. Now here's Butler. Guarded closer. And Michael Carter Williams gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
But he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rose is checked in.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over him.
Pass to Hawes. Now the dish to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Hawes. The feed now to Carter Williams. Out to Turner. With some arc. Can't get it to go. And it's Chicago the other way.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Noah with a screen for Rose. Clock at 6. Rose double teamed. And that one's good by Noah.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Carter Williams the pass to Turner. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Chicago needs to do a better job guarding against Turner.
He's got 26 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
Well, you can't discount what that's meant to this team. I mean, he's helped their cause with his passing, and it's really given his team a nice groove.
He's perfect from the line this time. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Noah with a screen on Richardson. Pass to Rose. Rose off a bit from Noah. Rose kicks it to Noah. Back to Rose. 6 to shoot. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
3 seconds on the shot clock.
Clock at 2. And the shot is long. The 76ers leading by 4. Carter Williams dishes to Richardson. He passes to Carter Williams. Turner with a screen for Carter Williams. Jumper off the screen. They get it again. Hits it from about 6 feet away. And the 76ers lead by 6.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Rose off the pick from Noah. Rose passes to Butler. Back to Rose. Right side Rose. 6 feet out. And it's blocked by Carter Williams. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
1 second on the shot clock.
Here's Dang. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
And guys, Deng has developed into a very good shooter, especially off spot ups or maybe one dribble pull-ups. He's got range. He's developed that out to the three-point line. But he really likes to go to that mid-range area. 1 or 2 dribbles into the paint, he'll rise up, shoot right over the top.
But you know what I like about him most, Steve? Dang is a very well-balanced player. He does a lot of good things offensively, but he's just as good at the defensive end. He's a big key to his team's tough defense.
Outside Rose. Boozer with the screen for Rose. Clock at 6. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Chicago making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Here's Butler. With 1 second left. Shot's good by Gibson.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
Shot clock at 6. Carter Williams kicks to Richardson. Shoots. The rebound by Gibson. Bulls trail by 4. Outside Rose. Dang up top. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
The 76ers leading by 4. Now here's Carter Williams. Dishes to Turner. Kicks it to Richardson. Just 5 to shoot. Drills it from outside. Richardson's got 22 points.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Gibson dishes to Rose. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 26. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Now Carter Williams. Back to Turner. Turner gets the screen from Allen. 4 on the shot clock.
Guys, LeBoy Allen out of Temple, a local Philly guy. The Sixers took him with the second to last pick of the 2011 draft, and he's really played consistent minutes for him.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, it seems like they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and it's just been that kind of a day.
Carlos Boozer's checked in for Chicago. That misses, so he splits the free throws. Bulls trail by 6. Outside Dan. Back to Butler. Outside Rose. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. And for LaVoy Allen, mostly a spot-up jump shooter, but he knows how to throw his weight around inside. And Steve, he can provide some, at times, tough interior D.
Well, he's 6'9", but he seems to play bigger. Long arms and a strong lower body gives him the size and the leverage to be able to battle people inside.
The free throw drops for Rose.
I think when you look at Derrick Rose, fellas, the most intimidating thing about him is his elite speed. But you also have to consider his size. He's well put together, about 6'3", maybe just a shade over 200 pounds. He is a handful when he's coming at you fast with that strong body and explosiveness.
And Rose drops them both. And Clark, you mentioned the size of Derrick Rose. 6'3", not just a speedster, but the combination of quickness and power. I've always thought that. He goes in there, and he would be a very tough guy to try to stop when he's got a full head of speed.
Oh, no question.
Oh, wow.
He's coming at you with that burst and the strength. That's why he's so overpowering as a point guard. It's like he's just trying to showcase his range, but he could probably get a better shot in that possession.
Yeah, he sure could. It doesn't do you any good if you miss it from that deep.
Outside Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 5 here tonight.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide open look there.
And the 76ers call time here.
Jimmy Butler was the last pick of the first round back in 2011 by the Bulls. Last season, I tell you what, he really solidified his place in the rotation, guys. He's still developing his outside shot, but he brings an awful lot to light to the table.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the 76ers coach as he addressed his team. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
Rose kicks it to Noah. Noah with a screen on Richardson. Outside Rose. There's the pass to Boozer. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Boy, in a close game especially, those plays really hurt.
And for Jimmy Butler, what a story. Abandoned as a child, bounced around from home to home. One coach would take him in, another family would take him in. It was a very tough upbringing down in the Houston area. He overcame tremendous odds. And to be where he is today with the great attitude after a short time at Marquette, it speaks volumes of his character.
Well, it sure shows in his play, doesn't it? I mean, just the way he hustles and draws fouls, rebounds, defends. He can guard multiple positions out there. I just love his overall game and his toughness and what he brings to this team.
At the line for one.
On the free throw, no good. Bulls trail by 3. Outside Butler. He feeds it to Rose, and Noah backs down. Misses off the right iron. 76ers have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. Carter Williams with it. Butler covering. And Turner kicks to Carter Williams. Allen with the screen for Carter Williams. Richardson. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the game. And it's a 5-point Philadelphia lead. Rose attacking. That's good. Rose has got 30 points.
Tell you what, he's had an excellent game, and they're going to have to continue to rely on him if they're going to come back.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're leading by 3. 1:52 left in the fourth quarter. Carter Williams, the pass to Turner. Carter Williams sets a screen for Turner. He dishes it to Carter Williams. For 3, Richardson. The Bulls trail by 3. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
Ooh, he's playing hard, but you got to play smart, too. Get there too late, and that's a big whistle.
And you can hear the reaction of the fans to that call.
Well, it's obvious they did not like it, Steve.
The 76ers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. Carter Williams dishes to Turner. From down in the low post, it goes. Turner's got 17 points here in the second half. Goes off the bench from Noah. Rose goes in. He got right to the cup using that screen.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Passes it to Allen. Back to Turner. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Huge turnover there, and at a bad time, too. You have to value every possession.
58 seconds left in the fourth. Rose goes in off his leg, and the ref saying he kicked it. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock to take the lead, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Michael Carter-Williams.
What a game for Rose. He has 9 rebounds and some big-time point production as well.
Tell you what, this guy is just an unstoppable force, guys.
There's been nothing they can do to stop him.
So the first one drops, and that ties the game up. So making both free throws, that'll give them the lead here.
He's got ice water in his veins, fellas. No way he's going to miss from the line when the game's still hanging in the balance. I've seen him make too many in this situation.
And here's Richardson outside. Knocks down the trifecta.
And that is the shot of the game.
Well, he's got the guts and courage to take it and the skill to make it.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Seconds left to play in the final quarter.
But right now, it's really tough to stop Rose. Just what the doctor prescribed. The oop and the horn, and he makes good on the free throw.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're losing by 1. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
Well, you've got the luxury here of running a play, so you want to do something that you're very comfortable with.
Absolutely, Steve. I mean, no need to panic whatsoever. I mean, they're in a very good spot right here.
Here's Carter Williams. On the wing, Turner. Feeds it to Allen. Oh, no good.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Curry, Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.